All right, it was great to get on the new turf. I think first and foremost, I was the grass was great. It really was. Grounds crew did a great job. Administration did a good job of kind of fast notice and quick notice, getting out there and making sure the grass was good. And we got a couple really good practices out there, but it definitely was nice to kind of get on the field. Felt more like a game type atmosphere and a little cleaner, and substitutions and the having the box and keeping everyone back just felt better. So really excited about the new turf, and it feels really good. It's nice. Wasn't too hot. So excited about that. I thought we had one of our cleanest practices of the year. Really good back and forth, very competitive. I thought the quarterbacks probably had one of their best days today. Really challenged them over the weekend, and I thought they responded really well. And overall, really good practice.
Something I've been meaning to ask you about is the new communication in the helmet.
Yeah.
You can radio in. How has that been going, and what are the steps you guys have put in place, specifically in fall camping? And I'm sure you did some stuff in
Yeah.
the spring. How's that?
Yeah, did some stuff in the spring. We're using it during walkthroughs and practices and all that kind of stuff. It for us, it's been really smooth. I know I've talked to a couple other coaches around the country, and they've had some problems or this or that, but it's been really smooth for us. I don't have any complaints. I really like it. I think it's really good. Obviously, it'll cut off at 15 seconds or when the ball snapped, and then I think the biggest probably question mark, for me, like what they're telling me, it's gonna start back up. Like you can talk to them again once the play ends. Like how fast is that going to happen? I think is probably my biggest like wait and see. I like it. It's been good. I think the quarterbacks have really handled it well. Defensively, same thing. No complaints here. I'm a big fan of it, and I'm excited about it. To be honest with you, I think for us, the way we operate, I think it's all going to depend on, not to get into too much, how you operate, how your communication process is offensively, because everyone has different systems. So the way we operate is going to really help us, and hopefully that translates to some more faster pace Bobcats.
That 15-second cutoff, is that something that the refs do? Is Sun Belt in charge of that? Obviously, I wouldn't imagine you guys are doing the cutoff.
No, that'd be nice.
Yeah, right.
No, I think it's going to be some kind of official type game day crew that's in charge of that. So I think that'll be out of our deal. I saw it today, and I might get some more. There's like some kind of little light over there, and when it's red light, it means the comm's off, and when it's so maybe that's for just to make sure it's fair or something. I don't know, but I saw that today, so I don't know if that's like a real thing or I'm still learning about it as well.
Coach, you said the quarterbacks have their cleanest practice. Kind of elaborate, like, what did they do, like, over the weekend to improve to have that type of performance?
I think for us, it's not like talent, or it's not, it's the mindset, I think, and don't get me wrong, they've been practicing really well, but I think just to get where we want to go, I think you, as a quarterback, you got to play at a certain level, and we challenged those guys, and I thought they came out today and really played well. Talking about balls in jeopardy and commanding not necessarily the huddle, but commanding the offense and just being the guy. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out there. There's a certain, way you got to carry yourself, and a certain way you got to go out there and perform to be that guy. And I think, especially, Jordan and RJ are both demonstrated that they can go out there and do that.
We get a lot of talk about, Jordan, obviously, when you had to rank some of the player of the year, but with having RJ McKinne is in the room, just what does he add to that?
Yeah, RJ is super talented, and we knew that. He's has a huge arm, really big arm, smart, picked up the playbook really well. I think he creates really well. If the pocket collapses, he can get out. I think that's where he's most comfortable, is when he's out on the edge and throwing the ball downfield, or taking off and running, or hitting a check down, almost a scramble drill. Like every play can turn into a scramble drill, and I like that. I'm kind of used to that. I think he's kind of like a point guard, just kind of running around, throwing it up, making plays, and he can throw from with the pocket too. but I think that's part of his game that he's continuing to get better at. But RJ is a stud. Super glad he's here. And those guys are competing, and all of the quarterbacks are competing, and RJ is a really, really good player.
You know, punting, I had to ask you about
Yeah.
punter either. David Nunez,
Yeah.
he's back on the roster.
Yeah.
We've seen a new guy, Lars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
His name is there competition there? Is it,
Yeah.
how's that?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Really good competition there from both of those guys. Nunez and Lars, both guys have super big legs, both inexperienced, but feel really comfortable with both of those guys, and we'll kind of see how that plays out over the next couple of weeks. But both of those guys can play. Nunez is very athletic. I mean, he's one of the most athletic guys on our whole team, not just special teams guy. I mean, the guy can run. And all that, so he provides that. So watch out for a fake punt when he's out there. You never know. And then Lars, man, that dude can just boom it. Like we scoured the country and looking for a guy to bring in, and man, I'm really glad we got him. I think he's got a chance to be pretty special. So really, really happy with both those guys. And we got other guys too that are doing it, but those two probably stand out to me the most.
Special teams as a whole, you have great kick returners with Ish and Cole Wilson. It seems it was really strong last year. You feel like even though it is a new group of guys, even the little things like getting back on kickoff return, things like that. How are you feeling about that unit?
Yeah, man. Anytime you got someone like Coach DePrado, leading those guys up, I feel comfortable every week. The amount of work that he puts into it and his preparation is second to none, and he does a really good job getting those guys ready. And obviously, I think we got a couple really dynamic returners in all areas. Obviously, Ish and Cole are really special, but we got some other guys too that have done it in the games and had really a lot of success. So feel really good about the return game and the special teams in general. I think anytime you have like a real special teams coordinator that can really do it, it makes your life as a head coach a little easier.
We're seeing a lot of these players being named to these preseason award lists. Ben Bell's named to the Bedard Award. Joey to the Blitnikoff. Jordan and Ish. What does it mean to have so many players being named to all these preseason, especially when it's G5 players?
Yep. No, I think it's awesome, but I think they'll be the first one to tell you like winning, helps with all of that. You can be the best player. There's not a lot of Heisman Trophy winners that went 500. It's not going to happen. So the more you win, the more personal accolades that'll come.
Talking to Ish, especially when you have a running back room, that deep with Ish, the two running backs from UTEP, and then also Lincoln Perry coming back. Just what is it about this running back room that has potential to be really special?
Yeah, I mean it really does, and you guys know we're going to run the ball, and obviously it starts with Ish, and I think I know he's even better than last year. The way standing back there and watching him, he's just more comfortable year 2 in the system. I've said that before, so he's looking really good. And then obviously we got a host of other guys competing to see kind of who's that next guy up, and we got a couple of them that are really good. Obviously Lincoln's been a guy around here for a long time. He's like a coach on the field. Love that guy. He's been awesome. You got Dion, you got TB, you got Jalen Jenkins. They all have a little bit of a different skill set. So, it might depend on the week. It might depend on what's going on. But I could see any of those other guys kind of being that next guy up and feel really comfortable with it. So I think that running back room, a lot like the other positions that we're deep at, like who's going to be that next guy up, and a lot of it just has to do with practice and feeling comfortable with that guy, and so we'll kind of see what that looks like. We got to get a couple, really Jenkins more than anybody, just a little healthier. He's been a little bit banged up, but we know based off film and what he could do in the spring and his limited reps, like how explosive and talented he is. So, man, I'm really high on all those guys, and Coach Neely does a great job with those guys.
The position battle as a whole, you're in third week of fall camp, just under 3 weeks till the season starts. How are you, obviously running back feeling really good about Ish in the starting spot. How are you feeling about the other starting positions? Are you like 50% there with them?
Yeah, I think it's depending on the position group. I think, we have a bunch of really good players, and they're all competing. So I couldn't like if I named the deal, you know, be a lot of those oars, you know, my oars. I like my oars, so there'll be some oars week 1 for sure, probably week 2. So there's a lot of guys competing at all positions, and kind of see how it plays out. I think getting some live game action will be important, just like we said last year with the Baylor, like getting out there and really doing it. Like Ish, he went the first running back out there last year, you know, to start the season, and the dude, you know, first team All-American. So, you know, it's not a perfect science either for us. You know, practice is different than the games. As much as you want it to be game-like, it's just not. So, getting those guys some real live action first Lamar will be huge.
So many oars, you got to be a rowing coach.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it.
So injury line, health-wise, how are you guys?
Yeah.
Able to stay away from injury?
Yeah. Knock on wood for the most part. Obviously, you got your small deals and stuff like that. But for the most part, we've stayed relatively healthy and been able to roll 3 groups consistently. I think that's helped us. So it's been good.